everybody, and welcome to another podcast. It's the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's a real shit show, people. And it's episode 28. So glad you could be here. As always, my co-host, Mr. Turchy McTurch, is here in the studio.
Thank you so much, Kieran. I would just like to say sorry to all the wankers out there who got their We Only Do One Take podcast on the Tuesday, I believe. And it's funny, I was re-listening to it today.
Yeah.
And I think Jess said, whenever this podcast comes out, I think you said it as well at one point. And I just thought I'd bring that up for all the fans out there. Yes, Kieran was editing this episode, and he did bring it up late.
All I'm saying is people should be grateful.
Which is kind of ironic.
Grateful.
Because the whole episode's about how much on time he is recently and how much he bagged someone else for not being on time. And it was actually a nice
maybe it was
contrast.
intended. Maybe it was intended. But I think people should be grateful that they got our content. And look, as the CEO, I have seen no complaints come my way. There have been literally zero that have fallen on my desk.
That is not what I've heard. I
have yet to see them. Now, it may be because I don't open the email account.
That would be...
It may be because I don't go onto the Facebook page.
That would be...
or the Instagram page.
Actually, you know what? The Instagram page is probably the one where we have the least resistance.
Oh, fantastic.
Which is always the best. So I would recommend looking at that one.
Actually, I do see stuff pop up on Instagram because surprisingly, I'm on Instagram.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
that's good.
There you go.
And that's all me.
And I go, oh, geez, that's a hilarious... Oh, that's us.
That's us. I can't use this one now for the show. So, but I have been working hard on that, so please people get onto that one. It's always a little bit of fun for me anyway. But a big week. Big week.
Yes.
Big week.
The meeting finally happened. The meeting that we've all been waiting for.
Yep.
It finally happened.
Yep.
Kim Jung Un.
We'll be talking about that soon enough, buddy boy.
And Mr. Trump met.
What a great... How many memes have come out of this one? Have you seen the one where Trump's basically said, oh, me and my little buddy over there, and they zoom in on Kim Jong Un. It looks like like a scene from The Office, the show The Office.
Yeah.
Mate, I've just been enjoying this far too much.
I've called it. When Kim Jong Un goes to the White House, they are going to get plastered.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely plastered.
Oh, yeah. You know, at this point here, I was talking to a few other people about it, and they said all that Kim Jong Un wants to do is a legacy, and he thinks by signing this and disarming some of the nuclear weapons and that, he can finally get his country a McDonald's. And that's all he's really caring about at this point in time.
Well, that's fair enough.
I would, you know what? Those chicken nuggets, they're to die for.
They especially with the Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, you're into the Big Mac sauce.
The Big Mac sauce and chicken nuggets, they are just delicious.
I agree. But Kieran,
yes.
Last week we had a rant.
I feel like that was just a rant central last week.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. I think some of the fans came back and sent some stuff to me when they finally did get to listen to the episode and said that they quite enjoyed the number of rants. So maybe we'll have to bring in a few. Maybe we'll bring in a rant each coming up. Maybe that's something we can talk about for the upcoming episodes. But this week, yes. I have the rant, which is so, you know, sometimes I bring in rants, right? And they're about people that are close to me, and I rant it out, thinking that they'll listen to the episode and stop the behavior that I'm ranting about.
Okay,
you know.
Now, I know your mama doesn't listen to it.
Yes, I know. It's very sad. Very sad. But this is the thing. I'm pretty sure that none of the people I'm about to rant about listen to the show. But I need to get it out, and I want to see how many other men and women out there agree with the rant I'm about to do. But It's always interesting to see how the people react Like, when people do listen to the show and they go, I know exactly how you feel about, like piss driblets was a great one. Because I've never had so many blokes come up to me and talk about pissing their pants more than that episode when I talked about it, Or,
We talk about genuine things in this show.
Or like someone, I had a mate at work, he finally listened to the podcast and it was an early one, and we talked about burgers that were too tall.
Oh, in fact, I had a burger last night.
Too tall?
It was too tall.
Yeah, see? And you know what? He came up to me and he's like, I know exactly that feeling. You don't want to make a mess because you're with your partner.
It was.
And it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It was a great, I'm going to say, it's in
delicious burger, I'm sure.
Top 5 burgers I've had in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Top 5. Which was surprising I won't name the place where I had it from.
Yeah.
But it was from a, surprising venue. But, it was, I went to eat it, and then it sort of like fell out apart. And spilled, and then it was just, ugh.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about burgers that are too tall. I'm here to talk about something that's happened to me recently. And give me
You're
a chance.
pregnant.
Give me a chance, Kieran. Because I do have to build this up a little bit, and I want you to understand and everyone to understand this thing. So I used to play indoor soccer.
Okay.
Yeah. And one year, I just said to the guys, you know what, we're doing pretty well. We're sort of like in the top 4 of the league. We used to keep stats of who scored the most goals. And
was this when I played indoor soccer with you?
No, this is after that.
Okay, because I don't think I kicked a goal when I was in your team.
No, this is the team I used to play in. And it was a really close group, close-knit group of mates, and it was really great. And I said, hey, how about we all suit up, all the guys suit up. Mm-hmm. We go to some fancy cocktail bar.
Yeah.
And we have some awards that we just quickly vote on, like awards in bracket, quotation marks.
Quotation marks,
yes. Not in 3 brackets. Apparently that means due.
Oh, okay.
There you go. But, quotation marks like awards.
So you mean like best person who was the seat warmer?
Yeah. Like something like, some real ones like, best player of the season, we all vote, golden boot. But then like, most valuable guy that knocked the most people over.
Yeah.
Or, most own goals. Like,
Yeah.
Some fun stuff.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Right? Yeah. And I thought, we'll go to a cocktail bar in the city. All the blokes will dress up. If they want to bring their partners, the partners can dress up too. But it's about the guys who played soccer, drinking, and a very quick awards thing. And the rest is just drinking and cigars and dancing badly and ending up at the strippers.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
I just need to pause you there for a second.
Yeah.
How many cigars have you smoked in your life?
Oh, so I'm not a cigar smoker, but I wanted people to have the option.
Okay. The very first cigar I had was a $100 cigar, right?
And you can't go backwards.
Now, me at 19, when I had this, didn't know the value of cigars or the importance of cigars, but I enjoyed that moment of having this cigar.
Yeah.
Right? The second cigar I had was a $50 cigar. Now, I'm not buying these cigars.
No.
This was thanks to a rich relative of mine, right? And it was, and that was still very nice. Then, fast forward a few years, I'm out with mates and we're like, we're going to have cigars. And they were $5 cigars.
You can tell the difference,
Oh,
can you?
they were terrible.
Down from the Johnny Blue to the Johnny Black to the Johnny Red.
It was just,
But anyway, so that was the first event night, and it was great. All the blokes had a good time. Like, by the end of the night, I had a tie around my head. We were at the strippers. We're having a good time. The second one was also pretty good. Like, I didn't organize the next one. The next one was organized by a mate of mine, but it was a similar sort of thing. We went up to the casino, and we went up to one of the bars up there. We really enjoyed the night. Some crappier little awards. We took some fun photos with, the girls got dressed up again. We were all in suits, and we went down to the casino, and I lose $50. So that's all, that's the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
A third event, we're at another venue.
Okay.
And this is where things start to go south.
Right, okay.
The venue itself...
That means bad.
Yeah. The venue itself was...
Who was organising this one?
Well, not me. I only organised the first one. So this is the same
So you set the bar?
I set the bar.
Did you set the bar very high?
I think I did.
Okay.
I like to think that, look, everyone had a good time. For me, everyone was had a good time. They were drunk, had some cigars, and we saw some tits at the end of the night. Like, really, that's all I need in a night.
Yeah, I hear.
This night here, we were at a venue that was a converted cinema. Mm-hmm. So it was a cinema. I still had the cinema seats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there was also a bar, and there was also We did that for later. There's also a bar and, stuff like that. And we all chipped in. We chipped in like $30 or something for finger food for everyone for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just some drinks. They set up for the set of the screen, instead of having a movie on, they had Mario Kart.
Okay.
So for a bit of fun, but if I'm going to be mingling, doing all that sort of thing, I don't want to play Mario Kart too much. It's a game. I think they're drinking.
See, I do enjoy Mario Kart.
Me too.
Rainbow Road. Because that's like the only one that I know where the cheat is.
Uh-huh.
Always fell it, but Rainbow Road. So yeah, okay, I hear.
Yeah,
64, yeah.
But all night, all the blokes and the ladies did was play Mario Kart. And
okay.
My partner and I were the only ones really drinking. And then my mate, who put together the event, we went from that venue to the casino, which was down the road. And he was me and him were walking down to the casino while the girls get driven there and stuff. And he's like to me, mate, I can't believe it. He put $500 of his own cash behind the bar for everyone to enjoy.
Oh, what a good
I'm
person.
like, what a bloody legend. He goes, do you know how much we spent?
Can I take a stab?
You can take a stab.
I want to take a stab here.
Yeah, please.
Under 200.
It was $250.
Okay.
Which is pretty close. But $100 of that was maxi bonds.
Right, okay.
Because everyone, me and Jess and my mate were drinking. The rest maybe had one beer. The rest decided at the end of the night, saw because it was a converted cinema, saw the fridge full of ice creams.
Yeah.
Decided to take it. Everyone was having an ice cream except for myself.
Okay.
And they didn't even drink the whole night.
Right.
So he actually got money back on a bar tab, which is never occurs. So can you tell the type of people that this is what's happening? It's sort of diverging into this massive. It's not fun anymore. The whole thing of a drink up with the boys about the soccer team is to have a drink up with the boys.
Well, you Turch,
about the soccer
I hate to inform you, right? You are getting older.
That's true.
Right.
I could still.
And as you get older, the fun events, they seem to,
Excuse me, Jess's birthday was fucking fantastic.
Beside that, right? These events become more tame.
All right. So, okay. This lovely.
Sorry, I'm just dying here, people.
The next event I couldn't make, but it was all the event was now.
So now
this is the fourth year.
This is the fourth year. They're at a knitting club.
You know what?
Knitting
now at this
sweaters.
point here,
no offense to those that do knitting.
No. At this point here, the fourth event, there's not even a soccer team. The soccer team has ended.
Oh, okay.
But they're still calling it the soccer event night. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. What would you think? What could be the next, apart from the knitting convention, what do you think could be the next logical progression into boredom? What would it be?
It would be politics.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
We just started the show with that.
No. I actually think, so if it's not a knitting convention, then it's at someone's house.
No, we're still going out.
Someone's house is still going out. The movies.
Wow. This one here was a sit-down, 3-course meal.
Okay.
$80 a head.
Yeah.
No drinks afterwards.
Oh.
Just suit up.
Yeah.
Get your partner to put on a fancy dress that she takes too long in the dressing room to get changed into.
Yeah.
Go into the city.
I told you, you're getting older. These events are getting boring.
And I'm just like, what? This is not a sports...
Are you up to year 5 yet?
Well, year 5.
Is this year?
Is this year here. And
All
what
right.
is this year here? Now, first of all, usually my mate puts up a thing, goes, yep, on Facebook, yep, we're going to do this event. Boys, let me know if you can make it. This year, he put up the thing, goes, let me know if you can make it. The only people that responded were the girls.
Oh, so it's going to be a girl event.
Well, this is the thing. One, some of those girls never played soccer because we did have a mixed team for a bit. Some of them didn't play soccer. And 2, if only the girls are responding or doing anything like that, how is this even a boys' night out to get drunk, to smoke cigars, and go to see the strippers? This is completely wrong. They've ruined this great time, this great man event.
Turch.
They've pussified the fuck fuck out of it, and I'm very angry.
Turch, you didn't take control. You did not take control, and you organised the first event, but you didn't organise the second, third, and fourth. So it's really on you.
You know what? I've said, you know what? I'm going to leave that to them, and I'm going to organise fun events for our group of mates. And this is why Jess's birthday went off, apart from the fantastic text messages that I got during the night, went off without a hitch, apart from someone being late. Kieran told me to say that. Apart from that, it was fantastic, and everyone got drunk, everyone ate lots of food, everyone had lots of fun. That's what it's meant to be about. It's not meant to be, especially for a sports team. I've never seen a sports team
I'm not going to tell you what our basketball team does for our breakup.
What does your basketball team do for a breakup?
About once a season.
Yep.
We go to the pub.
Yep.
And have Palmers.
See how? But that's easy. But that's casual.
No one wants to travel because it's generally we don't make finals, so we just make it the next Monday night.
Yeah, perfect.
And we go to the pub and drink.
But that right there, what does that cost you? Like $40. You have a couple of beers. It's casual. $80 for a sit-down meal in a suit. That's not even a team anymore. I don't even know what I'm celebrating. If they just want to have a get-together, just fucking have a get-together. If you want to dress up and be fancy and the girls want to put on all that makeup, the girls can go over there and I will take the fun people to the strippers.
Well, I am going to join your soccer team.
I think that we need to start a soccer team just so we can have a soccer event site where we just drink as much as we can and go to the strippers.
We only do one take podcast soccer team.
You know what? We don't even need a soccer team. We've got a whole bunch of listeners out there. We should just organise events. Mm-hmm. All the listeners can get together and have a whole bunch of fun.
Yep.
And we just get real shit-faced drunk. And
Sounds brilliant.
And that's it.
Sounds brilliant.
That's it. And we can watch the World Cup if we have to. That's also coming up.
The World Cup is coming up.
So all I'm going to say is
do you know
that's what really shits me. That's what's been shitting me all week. It's been shitting me like all the last week. And I'm just going to say that the pussification of manly events that should be man events that are fun and big and obnoxious and stupid. That's what I've been missing. Although, if those boys do listen to this podcast, fuck yous all.
Oh.
Make it a real event.
Oh.
And otherwise, I'm going to be taking Kieran to the strippers. Me and him, we're going to go.
Fantastic. I'm in. Our new soccer team.
Winners.
Now, when you go to the strippers,
yep,
at some point you might need to go to the toilet.
Absolutely.
Right, and they just let you in. You just walk in, right?
Yes.
Now, you with me on that?
Yep.
Okay. Well, some customers from McDonald's are outraged by the new toilet policy, which is causing them to wet themselves.
Oh, I actually heard about this.
Okay.
I think there's very much a new policy. But what is, for the people listening, the lovely wankers out there, what is the new policy?
Well, in order to use the bathroom at the fast food restaurant in Maroochydore, Queensland, customers claim they have to first place their order and then use the code on the bottom of the receipt to get access to a toilet. A system in place at multiple McDonald's restaurants in the UK. Numerous people have taken to social media to criticise the policy and claim the amount of extra time it takes to go to the bathroom has already caused one accident and other near misses. Maroochydore local Kim McDonald. Oh, her last name's McDonald.
What are the odds?
Shared a picture of the sign informing customers of the location's policy. Yes, people are not... by the way, her grandmother has to use a walker to get around and said that meant it took them about 5 minutes to walk from a car park to the toilets, only to realise they had to walk back in order to get in. Bloody oath, McDonald's.
I don't know what your feelings on this are. I'm actually in support of this.
Oh, I don't use McDonald's toilets,
yeah,
so
but
I don't care.
But why don't you use McDonald's toilets? Because they're so dirty and disgusting all the time.
Yes.
I remember going to the CBD once, and before a work thing, I thought, I'm going to treat myself. Macca's breakfast. Macca's breakfast is fantastic. And
the hot cakes.
And the hot... No, I'm all about the Mighty McMuffin, which has got a sausage patty, a bacon in it, and an egg in it. It is fantastic. Highly recommended.
Mm-hmm.
And a hash brown. Gotta have a hash brown.
Gotta have a hash brown.
That's right. And a pretty good coffee. But I ordered...
Did you just say pretty good coffee?
Yeah.
No.
In the morning, you know what? Not if you don't go to the drive-thru and you sit down with a cup, it's actually not bad.
No.
That's what makes the difference.
No.
But...
Disagree with you there.
No, that's fair enough. I know your feelings on McDonald's coffee. But I saw a homeless guy walk in, right, into the shop. And he was trying to go to the toilet. Now, the CBD one, you actually do have to order.
Oh, really?
And you have to discuss it with the front.
Oh.
And
so you have to discuss your...
Well, you just go, hey, can I have the key to the toilet?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy walks in and goes, hey, can I use the toilet? And they're like, no, because last time you shat everywhere on the sink and on the floor. And I'm just sitting there laughing. I'm like... So this is exactly why I think, yeah, you should have to order something to use the bathroom, because that already streams for people that are going to do... Look, there's always going to be crazy people. There's always going to be people that do insane stuff. But if you can stop a good percentage of them by putting in this small rule...
Turch, you're thinking about it all wrong. The 14-year-old working at McDonald's needs to learn life skills. and needs to work their way up the chain of command.
Apart from
plenty of other people had to clean up people's shit in McDonald's.
I didn't work at McDonald's.
Never did I. But I think the tradition should continue.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. This is where I totally agree with this rule. I think, look, I can see there's negatives, and I think like, the negatives of like, an older lady has to come in and use the bathroom, and then she takes an extra time.
Do you know how many retired people go to McDonald's in the morning to get their coffee?
I would say a lot. And the coffee is a laxative. So
and they are now denying them quick access to the toilet.
But they're not denying them access.
They need to get their glasses. They need to look at the numbers. They have to pin it into the door.
But if they still...
This is just a barrier.
But all they're saying is...
This is a national outcry.
You can't use our facilities unless you purchase something. Which is a pretty normal thing. Like a pub, you can't just walk in and use their bathroom.
I have.
Well, I'm sure everyone has.
But you've got to make it like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You can't just go straight in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've got to have a bit of sass.
I understand that, but but they're just saving themselves a lot of grief, a lot of time, and you know what? And that's probably going to make it better for the patrons who actually do pay.
Best toilet in Melbourne.
Yep.
Right, free. The Sofitel in Melbourne on Collins Street, up near Parliament.
There you go, people.
Yep. I think it's level 42 or 43. I can't remember.
Well, you George Costanza over here. He knows all the bathrooms.
Right.
I feel like Jerry in this situation.
You walk in there, and now you can get up to that level because it's where a restaurant is.
Ah.
It's a very nice restaurant as well. But the toilet,
yeah,
you walk in and you've just got beautiful views of the Melbourne city. Like it is just beautiful up there. So it's nice taking a piss with a view out of Melbourne City. So that is the Sofitel Melbourne Hotel. I can't remember if it's 42 or 43, but you can get access. So I recommend that one. Yeah. I have used that on a number of occasions.
There you go. I was just going to say, girls will never experience peeing and enjoying a view. I never thought about it until you just said...
I'll have to take you there one day, Turch.
I'm actually excited because, when you're peeing, obviously you don't want to look left and right to look at another man's junk. You just want to look straight ahead. But if you've got something to look straight ahead, that's a nice view. Especially in the nighttime. Melbourne City at nighttime is always lovely.
It is beautiful.
Maybe we'll just go to dinner. Maybe we'll just go to dinner there as well. Why not? We're up. We're gonna enjoy ourselves.
Hang on. That's the fourth time we go out. The fourth year because we'll be in Suits having it. It's a 3-course meal, which probably now costs $200 at the place.
Jeez,
right?
I will never do that to you, Kim. I don't mind taking you to a place where it's with Jess's birthday, we went out.
I'm talking how fancy it is. I'm talking that when you come back, they have folded your napkin
into
back
an ornate sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's too far. It's
very special.
I wipe my mouth with that. At the end of the day, give me more of this, more ribs. And you're just wiping yourself on your shirt. But yeah, no good.
Yep, and I'm a man who will not use a public restroom if I'm in the city, especially during the daytime, because I know that there's offices that I can just walk into.
Well, there's lots of I guess if
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of
I understand homeless people.
There's a
might
lot
not-
of classy places
you could just walk in.
that you could walk into.
Yeah.
As long as you don't look like a bum.
But I think that's the thing, you know. If I was gonna say a homeless person walking into a fancy place, probably not gonna work. If you're a guy in a suit that needs to go to the bathroom, I'm pretty sure was it like that trick where you just carry a notepad or a clipboard and a pen around an office, and you can just keep walking around all day because people think you're actually working. You know, it's a real thing.
I don't carry a notepad, but I carry a bit of paper and a pen.
Yeah, or like hold your laptop open or something like that, like something important. Or look at your iPad or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not your phone. Your phone, people are gonna chat to you.
Yeah, but I do the whole. I get the coffee.
Yes.
Right, and then you see so many people in the kitchen, and then it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then you eventually make it back to your desk, and then
Time for another coffee.
Then you're just like, oh, I can't be bothered here, but I'll make sure my jacket's on my chair, and I'll just turn my screen back on, and just put some papers around, and then I bugger off again.
Kieran, I'm amazed that anything gets done in your office.
It's bloody print. Then you got to go down to the cafe, and you got to have some informal. But by then it's like 11:30.
Yep.
Right. And not that I work in the government system, but I've got friends that work in the government, so it's lunch between 11 to 1.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, and then you get the afternoon, and you're buggered from the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what you can.
You might send an email or two, and then it's home time.
Well, you know what you can do after work. If you're busy, if you're not too tired from the busy day that you've had, you can now go see the new Harry Potter stage production. Have you heard about this?
Is that in Melbourne?
It will be coming to Melbourne eventually, but right now it's just had its release on Broadway, and apparently the lady who's playing Hermione, which is the female,
yes,
has said that Donald Trump, is not welcome to the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child play. So Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is currently Broadway's hottest ticket. One person who won't be lucky enough to score a ticket is President Donald Trump. No, says Noma Demeswini. I hope I pronounced that right. She plays Hermione. When asked if Trump should see the new show, she says, anybody else, yes, but not Trump. Can you imagine the nerve of this person? Like, Trump cares. The new Harry Potter musical is out. I've got to go. Because he's not busy doing a whole bunch of other things at the moment.
Do you know what? Now that she said no, he's going to rock up and see it.
Oh, yeah.
Out of spite.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would do that too.
The only reason we do anything is spite around here. It's one of those things. But yeah, so that's what came out recently. And obviously we were talking at the start of the show that, yes, the madman has done it. The Trump and the Little Rocket Man have signed a deal that North Korea will be disarming at least some of their nuclear weapons in the future. No official plan, no official contract has been set, but a deal, an agreement has been reached. It has been signed by both parties. It is very exciting. I don't think Trump really cares about the Harry Potter musical. He's sort of busy winning or being proposed to win a Nobel Peace Prize, which is something that also happened today, which is very exciting.
This is the really interesting thing, right? Ever since the Winter Olympic Games, America and North Korea have actually been meeting.
Yeah.
The diplomats have been meeting one another.
Yeah.
And everything was organised before that meeting.
Yeah.
Like they knew exactly what they were signing. They just needed the two leaders to get together for the photos.
And the fact that they met up and the way that it went down is one of the most spectacular.
Like it's so well orchestrated.
It was perfect.
But it's all those diplomats that have organised it.
Oh, of course. But you know what? The fact that these two heads of the areas, heads of the state have met, but not only met, but met on neutral ground in Singapore. Like, for me, that's just like, if you would have said that, I don't know, 10 years ago, Dennis Rodman, the professional basketball player, would help North Korea and Donald Trump meet to sign a piece of paper that said they were going to disarm nuclear weapons, people would have called you absolutely insane. You know? Or like Kim Kardashian helped released a black woman from prison with the help of President Trump. Like, even like last year, 2 years ago, that would have been the most insane thing to talk about. But I want to keep going on this whole Trump thing.
Alrighty.
Because my favorite person in the whole thing of this has been Dennis Rodman. Now, Dennis Rodman is a professional basketball or ex-professional basketball player. It's actually quite a good player. I didn't realize how good he was until I looked at some of his stats. But he has actually taken credit for this whole meeting. Because he's been one of the big diplomatic... Because he's gone over to North Korea heaps of times.
He's played there and done things.
He's like... And Kim Jung Un actually loves basketball. And Dennis Rodman has been a part of like bringing the Harlem Globetrotters over there for a visit. Like, he's gone over there a whole bunch of times. He's like mates with him. So he's actually taking credit for most of this. And I don't know. Did you see the picture of him on his interview with CNN?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you a picture of him. Now, this was a picture that I took a screenshot of from a CNN meeting. Describe to me the picture of Dennis Rodman. Please.
I really want to look up a website right now. Okay.
We'll talk about that.
He's wearing a Make America Great Again.
Oh, he damn right he is.
Red cap. He's got his sunnies on. He's got an earring in his left ear.
Couple of piercings.
That's it. He's wearing a black t-shirt. And on it says PotCoin. PotCoin.com. What is PotCoin.com?
So, what is PotCoin.com? This is a cryptocurrency he's investing in that is based on the amount of marijuana grown. That is Singapore based, I believe, something like that. So, this is a cryptocurrency based on marijuana.
And he's investing in it.
He's investing in it, yes. So, not only has he helped bring peace between America and North Korea, he's also investing in a cryptocurrency, my apologies, my cryptocurrency that is based on marijuana. So, yes, all I'm going to say is that this is the best timeline. Like, I can't... You know when they say, like, you know, people are like, oh, George Bush was a terrible president, but he was so good because there was so many jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you know, people say Obama was a pretty good president. I don't agree with that. And then Clinton was a pretty good president, but, you know, he just, you know, molested a whole bunch of women. I believe that's true because it's come out, thanks WikiLeaks. But obviously, you know, he had sex in the Oval Office, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Good on him, wouldn't you?
Oh, why not? Yeah, of course, yes. Jesus Christ. But I'm going to say, I've always liked Trump because I think he's one of the funniest people on earth. Like, unintentionally and intentionally, I think he's one of the funniest people on earth. But the fact that he's doing stuff like this because of stupid things like Dennis Rodman, I can't even describe how funny this whole situation is. It's like, what are you going to tell your children in like, you know, in like 30 years? You're just like, oh, what happened with that whole North Korea thing? Well... An ex-basketballer wearing a MAGA hat and a PotCoin t-shirt, which is a cryptocurrency that he's invented that's based on marijuana, helped the president of North Korea meet up with Donald Trump, who was a billionaire mogul who decided to run for president and won.
I still can't get
by memes.
I still can't get over... I know Trump's been elected, right?
Yeah.
I honestly thought Hillary was going to win. Like,
a lot of people did.
Like, I just thought, no, it's going to be Hillary, right? And you know, she won the most popular vote, right?
Yeah.
So in a way that those figures in a way were correct, but not counting the electoral colleges, right? But I still go, did he just wake up one morning and go, fuck it, I'm going to be president?
That's exactly how I think. I just think he went, yep, it's time to be president. I think there's a speech where Obama's actually... Because Trump, at one stage, was a birther. Like, didn't believe that Obama was actually born in America.
Yeah.
And there was a conference where, not a conference, like a meeting where Obama was speaking and Trump was in the audience and actually gave some shit to Trump about that. And if you ever watch that footage, you can just see Trump sit there with that pout he has, and I can, like in hindsight, you can see it looking him in his face going, I'm going to be president just to show this motherfucker that I'm going to be president.
It's just like, it's like, I'm going to wake up today, I'm going to quit my job.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit my job and
next level up.
And in a year's time, I'm going to start a colony on Mars, and it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the most insane thing. This whole bunch of events that have occurred is the most insane thing to happen within politics, apart from Berlusconi.
If it's taught you anything, you don't have to be qualified for the highest job in the office.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Kieran, speaking of being unqualified, what do you got over there? Walked right into that one, buddy.
I think we've talked about this again, but there's another news article which is confirming this. We talked about North Korea and Kim Jung Un.
Yeah.
Well, Kim Jung Un was caught bringing his own toilet to Singapore.
Oh, we did talk about this, I believe. Yeah. Well, he did it. He did somewhere else as well.
He did it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to think. Where did he do it?
I can't remember now. The last place he went to, was it a visit to China?
It must have been China. So we've got him on the China thing. Well, he apparently isn't taking any chances for his trip to Singapore with his big meeting with Donald Trump. The South Korean newspaper claims that this week he brought his own personal toilet with him to Singapore as a way to deny determined sewer divers insights into the supreme leader's stools. In addition to that, he also brought a bulletproof limousine with him on the trip. What was surprising about Kim Jong Un, he didn't take his personal aeroplane to fly to Singapore.
Really?
He flew Air China.
Right. That is very interesting.
So for a world leader, which I think is very interesting. He flew Air China, not his personal aircraft.
Well, look, I guess his rockets aren't that great. Maybe he doesn't trust his own planes. That's 1 for 1, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't get the rockets right.
He didn't even fly the Pyongyang airline. They have their own airline.
Yeah. Maybe tickets were probably just too expensive.
Probably, yeah. And plus, their business class is not that great.
That would be a big thing.
I've actually been fascinated
So that means he didn't have his own toilet on the plane.
Yeah.
How did he survive? What, a nappy?
Maybe.
I'm going to assume that... I'm going to put it here. I'm going to assume that he had a nappy on.
Okay. I think that's
a
fair assumption.
I think it's a fair... CEO, can we say that Kim Jong-un had a nappy on?
Sure, we can say that.
Oh, man. Please don't bomb us. Well, going on that, this is another article I found about the whole situation. So this is about social media and how they reacted to the summit up in Singapore. As historic it may be, millions of Americans are very upset about one detail about the meeting between Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
The US. So they shook hands and walked off stage together, did all that sort of stuff. But in the US, the handshake has not gone down well in one quarter. Specifically, fans of the US version of The Bachelorette.
Ooh, okay.
What could the summit of a reality television show and a reality television show have in common, you may ask? Well, the US network ABC interrupted the rose ceremony to go live to Singapore for a date of another kind.
Wow, they interrupted.
This
is on level with what's his name? The one the car chase, and they interrupted the NBA finals. Not Cosby, the other black one.
OJ.
OJ.
Yeah. But yeah, so all these fans who were watching The Bachelorette went to Twitter and said stuff like, "Does the ABC think we care more about North Korea's summit than we do about Becca finding love? Kim Jong-il, would you accept a rose? Talk about a stressful one-on-one. Or, screw him, put The Bachelorette back on." Can you believe, one of the most, that's like saying, oh, we're not going to watch, I'm not going to watch this giant thing because of this reality
to be honest,
show.
I didn't watch it. But
you know what? If you're watching a show and they said, "Hey, breaking news, this is really important," you'd be like, "Oh, I kind of understand. They're going to put my show back on."
yeah, but
It's a big thing.
Look, if someone was listening to our podcast and it was interrupted for breaking news,
Yeah.
You've got mail.
I would be very annoyed at them interrupting our breaking news unless I needed to know
All
that
the breaking
information
news is here anyway.
right now, right here. That's yeah. I know people who watch The Bachelor, and it is a very important show.
Oh, for some.
I only watch the recaps on Punky,
I
which
don't-
is hilarious.
I don't watch it at all. I just get updates from Jess, and she just tells me, and the ladies from work, and that's all I need to know.
Well, talking about love,
Yeah.
Char wins Sexiest Cow in Britain award.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yes, there is an actual competition where people judge cows on their sexiness, and Char, a Jersey cow living in Goose Form Farm in the Colne Valley, Devon, is the winner, now holding the official title of the sexiest cow in Britain. Check that photo out.
Let me just describe it here. The gentleman has a beard. Oh wait, you know what? It looks like this cow. Its hair's been done. It is.
Looks like it's wearing eyeliner.
I was gonna say it's like no, not eyeliner. Oh, a little bit of eyeliner, but I'm talking like more. What's the stuff that girls put on above their eyes? Like not blush.
Eyebrows?
No, like on the eyelids. I don't know what it's called.
Extension eyelashes.
No. Just white accent above her eyes. That's what it says here. It's a good looking cow, but I don't know. That's a really weird fetish.
The competition was set up by a seed company, RAGT Seeds, and that's about as much information as I have.
That's all right.
Oh, sorry, which aims to find the sexiest cow in Britain. Oh, judges were swamped with entries, but Char was a firm favourite. There were 40 shortlisted cows
That's amazing.
from across the UK.
That means that at least 40, maximum of 40 people, I guess, because, people can enter 2 cows. But let's just say 40 people decided that their cow was the hottest cow and entered it in this competition.
I wonder if they're going to eat the cow.
Might just be a dairy one.
Mm.
They don't eat those ones. I don't think anyway.
I don't know.
Oh, Kieran.
Yes.
I know that I think you said you're going to come over and watch the World Cup with me, the first game with Australia.
Absolutely.
This Saturday. So I thought I'd bring in some World Cup news for yourself to get you ready.
Okay.
Get you ready. So I'll talk about the teams.
It's being held in Russia.
It is being held in Russia, and that's very important to this story.
Okay.
But we'll talk about the story first, and then we'll talk about some teams and stuff for our listeners.
Because you know what's happening in Russia? I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
People are being trained to smile.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
So all these the government has said to people, hey, for your industry, like, for public transport and
Hospitality.
all bunch of stuff, you have to smile because we don't smile enough, and we want to be, look like we're
Seen as
friendly,
friendly.
yeah,
Mm.
and stuff like that. So the BBC says the governing body for football and 2 Russian transport firms are teaching staff how to smile. And the World Cup actually starts this Thursday when we release the episode against Russia versus Saudi Arabia,
Cool.
which is going to be a good game. Actually, I'm actually going to back Saudi Arabia on this one. They're a bit of the underdogs, but because they're expecting about 1.5 million tourists to come and see the Cup, and they're hoping to tackle the fact that Russians they're stereotyped. They're
These people
unfriendly.
have been being trained for months.
Yeah.
For months.
Yeah, absolutely.
To laugh and smile.
Well, I've heard recently that they're even telling their women not to have sex with foreigners in case they get pregnant and are left to be single mothers.
Oh, really?
That was a real thing I've seen recently. But like I said to you, Kieran, the first game of the World Cup is Russia versus Saudi Arabia. The host country always play the first game, which is going to be very interesting in 2026 when Canada, USA, and Mexico are all hosting the World Cup at the same time, because the host country gets automatic qualification.
Oh, what will happen in 2026 then?
Well, I think that FIFA are going to expand it from 32 teams up to 40 or 48. So by then it might even out. but I'm not quite sure. But very interesting. I'm not in favour of that at all. I think they should fight it out, but it's one of those things. Nonetheless, the first game is Russia versus Saudi Arabia, which is on the Thursday, or 1 a.m. on Friday for Australia. But the first game Australia is playing,
yes,
which we'll be watching together, which will be lots of fun. Maybe we should do like a live stream or something like that. We should record a podcast while we do it, but we'll have a chat about it after this. But it is against France. The kickoff is at 8 o'clock. And so we're in a group with France. So I don't know, do you know how the World Cup works at all?
Yeah, they're in groups like A, B, C, D.
Yeah,
or
so
something.
there's what's that, 1, 2, 3, 8 groups. The top 2, so they all play each other once in the group, and then the top 2 go to the knockout stages. So Australia is in a group with France, Peru, and Denmark. Now, sadly, out of all those countries, Australia does have the lowest rate.
Do you think we'll make it? We almost won a World Cup, didn't we?
No, well, we got to the top 16.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then we had the referee stuff us up.
Oh, yeah. Well, look,
Yeah.
being Italian, it's a sort of a mixed bag for me, but that's when Italy won the World Cup in 2006. But look at it, Italy's not in this World Cup. They got beaten by...
Do you know, out of all the countries in the world, I know the World Cup's a really big thing, but in Australia, it's not necessarily a big thing,
It is,
right?
It definitely has been growing.
Yeah, but compared to when I was in Vietnam
It's
and
amazing.
saw like the under 21s,
Yeah, that's right.
and everyone was going crazy on the streets.
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine if Vietnam,
Yeah.
or any country, like any other country that's got a team in the World Cup, then people will be on the streets to watch this.
I was actually in England when Paris, just after Germany won the World Cup last time.
Ooh.
And it was like, even then, it was pretty
That would have been
insane.
intense.
It was intense. Really intense. But like I said, France is one of the favourites to win the World Cup. They're at about, I think, $5.50 or $7.50 or so for winning the World Cup. So if you're going to put a bet on them, I'd put $10 on that for sure. Australia is at 301
Okay.
to 1, so not very good odds. Peru, who's also in our group, is $150, and Denmark's at 101. But I would love to see Australia beat France, or even get a draw with France. That would actually be a really good outcome for us, because France's team is fantastic. I'm going to say, make a real brash statement and go, Australia is going to be very good in this group, and they're actually going to get through to the top 16. Whether they beat the next team in the top 16, because we will probably play people from Group D, and that means if we come second, we play the person that comes first in Group D.
Yeah, okay.
And that means we play Argentina.
Yeah, we're fucked there.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, so that's pretty good.
We might do a Steve Bradbury. We might.
You
We
never
just
know.
might.
You never know. If we can knock out, if we go through and knock out Argentina out of the World Cup, which has one of the greatest players of all time, Leo Messi, in it, that'd be incredible for Australia, incredible for the world, but it's one of those things. But if anyone is really wanting to get into the World Cup and watch a whole bunch of games, Group F is the group of death, in my opinion. Now, the group of death within the World Cup setting just means it has all the teams in it if they weren't in the same group together, would go very far.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So like,
Who's in that one?
so Germany,
Yeah.
who have never not got out of the group stage
Yeah, okay.
in their history,
Yeah,
ever,
yeah.
and have always been in the top 8.
Okay.
Never not, so they always go through the group, they always do the top 16, they beat that team and always get in the top 8.
Right, okay.
And in the last 4 World Cups, they've played in 2 of them and
Yeah.
got to the semi-finals of the other 2.
Okay.
So, pretty good
So
record.
Germany's got good odds.
Good odds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're one of the favourites with Brazil and France to win the World Cup. Then there's Mexico, who's actually a very good team at the moment. So is Sweden, another very good team. And South Korea is the Asian team in that group, and they are also very, very strong. So that's the group of death. You're going to watch any of the games. Definitely watch any of the ones with Germany, Mexico, Sweden, or South Korea, anyone from that group. That will be some really fun, really exciting games to watch. I'm going to try and catch one of the Germany games because they're always a pleasure to watch.
Because they're on at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
to
so
11
Australian
o'clock.
times aren't too bad. They're sort of in the evenings, maybe like 1 o'clock. So maybe like on a weekend, like a Saturday night, I'll stay up and just watch a game, or wake up early, like on a Sunday morning, and watch like a 4 o'clock game, then head back to
What
bed.
time is the game for Saturday?
The game on Saturday, the kickoff is officially at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
But pre-commentary and stuff like that, it's about 7. So
Okay.
I'll start watching that. Order some pizzas.
That's a very reasonable time.
Yeah, it's pretty good for us Australians. Us Australians. But Kieran, I think we'll end on one more little article here, and then.
Well, I do have another one.
Oh, you have one. All right.
I do have another one, and
I'll finish off on my one then. Then we'll listen to our listener wanker rant, because we do have one in from a very, very special guest.
Ooh, excellent. World record orgy attempt falls short in Las Vegas.
How?
Sorry, I did that while you were drinking the scotch. Which tonight's sponsor is Chivas Regal 18 Gold Signature. That Chivas Regal 18 Gold Signature. It is delicious. All right, so yes, world record orgy attempt falls short in Las Vegas. For all the fanfare leading up to the June 2nd attempt to break the record for the world's biggest orgy, the main event of Sin City 8 Adults Only Weekender didn't quite attract the expected amount of participants. Now, I'm not sure about you, but it's a sort of common fact that if you have 100 people register for an event, about
50%.
No, about 35% turn up. Okay, that. It doesn't matter what the event is.
Yeah,
that's a consistent,
especially like on a Facebook event.
Yeah, that's a very consistent figure, right? So despite having more than 1,000 registrants, only 375 of them made it to the Green Door Sex Club.
35%.
Yep. To break an unofficial record established in 2006 when 500 participants gathered in Japan. So they're very disappointed that they didn't beat the world record.
Yeah, that must be pretty disappointing. Like that, you would think that would be a very easy record to break, because like you just contact all the swingers clubs and just go, "Hey, we're doing this." And does that mean everyone has to have something, like, you know, everyone has to be in the room together, or do they all have to be doing something? Like, do you have to have a finger in someone, or do you have to have a finger inside you for it to count?
We'll have to speak to the Guinness World Record, won't we?
Well, it said the Japanese one is unofficial.
Ah.
So, is that even in the Guinness World Record?
I don't know.
That's a real question.
That is.
You know what? I'm going to... We only do one take podcast. As soon as we finish this episode, is going to send them a message
asking to find
out.
Fair enough.
I think you should do that while we do some other fun stuff. Well, speaking of fun stuff, I know you like to buy things.
Okay.
Because you're rich and you like to buy stupid shit. That's just the way it goes when you're rich.
That's fair enough.
Do you know the band Kiss?
Yes, I do.
Now, they are notorious for having the worst merchandising anything and everything they can put their name on. And they're finally doing it. You can now go around and buy Kiss toilet paper.
Oh.
So, yep, that's it. So the bass player of the band, Gene Simmons, has come out and said, yep, you can buy Kiss toilet paper. It's available on their website and a whole bunch of other places. And his statement about it says that if you're going to do anything, why not sit on my face? Because there's also, and also toilet seat covers as well. So you can...
Well, maybe they could bring them to the Swingers Club, the next world record attempt.
Well... Funny you say that, because I brought in some other fun Kiss merchandise that you can buy, and one of those are Kiss condoms. So if you're in the mood for love and yet you don't want to get your lady pregnant, protect your boys with Gene Simmons and friends. The Kiss condom was introduced in 2002. These tongue lubricated rubbers come in various varieties such as love gun protection, tongue lubricated, and studded paw. All those are references to obviously Kiss songs. They also have Mount Kissmore, which is a figured display for the cabinet. So instead of Mount Rushmore with all the presidents' faces, it has all the members of Kiss in there. You can buy and put on your shelf, which is lovely. And this is my favorite one. Like, you know, Kiss condom's pretty funny. But the final one you can buy is a Kiss casket. So if you want to party like a rock star and be buried like one too, you can do that. In the mid-2000s, the Pantera guitarist Dimebag Darrell, who passed away in a shooting accident, very horrible, was actually buried in a casket with the Kiss logos all over it.
Ooh.
Which is something else you can actually buy and use for your own personal and apparently at one time Gene Simmons, who's notorious for trying to trademark and do a whole bunch of stuff, said the Kiss casket, if you did buy one, could also be served as a giant Kiss cooler. So with all of this in mind, Kieran...
Well, you could use it as a cooler until you needed it.
That's right, yeah. Just keep your body on ice like Walt Disney. Now, Kieran, with all of this in mind, I do have to bring something up. Where the fuck are the spoons?
That is next trip I go over to Vietnam, I'll be able to pick them up. They're
I mean, really I didn't think of the spoons until I read this article. I thought, Jesus Christ, we need our We Do One Take podcast spoons.
See, the interesting thing about Vietnam is things get lost in translation. And
how many ladyboys? How many ladies?
no, that's Thailand. My dear friend, I was sort of going on this sort of business venture of going, I could get nurses' scrubs made, right? Like, because my family are nurses and they were complaining how much it costs, and I was wondering, I'll get one. I'll bring their uniform over, and I'll get it tailored because I've got suits tailored there before. You know what I mean? Like,
costs a couple of bucks, and that's it.
You know, but let's get one that so if they can do it and work it, and then we can think about how we're going to progress with this, right? So I left it there with people that I know, and one of my friends who's Vietnamese, who, you know, lives here in Melbourne and speaks English. Things have been lost in translation with that. The scrubs of my family, right? Hers is still over there.
Yeah.
With the copy that's been made.
Yep.
Right. And I've had to then go buy them more scrubs because they haven't been delivered yet.
Uh-huh.
So we're getting there.
We're getting there.
It's just communication's very interesting.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
So I think next time I go over, I think Hung said that they have this. He didn't understand why we wanted the spoons, and spoons have been made, and they're now with his family.
Right. How many pieces of cutlery do you need, Kieran? That's the real question.
Yeah, and that's where we're up with the update on the spoons.
That's very exciting. Oh, well, Kieran, I think that might be... I do have one more. Do you want to do a quick Florida Man update?
Give me a Florida Man update.
I only brought this one in because I love the headline, and the story is pretty good too. Florida man stops street fight by running everyone over. It was just a typical 3 a.m. street fight outside of a bar in Tampa until Florida man went and ran everybody over. In the surveillance video, you can see a group of guys fighting around a Nissan parked against the curb. According to Tampa's Fox 13, the driver was involved in the fight and tried to leave, but failed to complete a U-turn in the narrow street. It is unknown whether the driver was trying to drive into the brawl group or was mistaken that the car wasn't in reverse when he punched the throttle and drove one fighter straight through the front window of the Bad Monkey Bar.
Crazy.
After the incident, the driver fled the scene, and the man who was driven to the bar suffered a minor leg and head injury, and the bar was stuck with $15,000 in damages.
Oh, shit.
And, intention, and this is how this article ends. Intentional or not, you just can't run over a couple of guys, not even in Florida. Fantastic.
Crazy.
But Kieran, thank you so much for another fantastic episode. I don't know how we do this every week.
My pleasure.
And I don't know how we're going to get this out on time because little does everyone know the day that we're actually recording and putting this out. Nonetheless, everybody, if you make sure you please follow us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. That's for all your wanker needs. Make sure you get onto our We Only Do One Take podcast Facebook group as well, because I post a whole bunch of stuff there. And if you'd like to email us or send us a rant, which we do have this
excellent.
episode after
I'm looking forward to this rant.
It's a good rant.
I feel like I've dug into him a bit, and I feel like I might cop it. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
But you can always email us at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, thank you so much for another great episode. And we will see all you lovely wankers
next week.
Thursday. Fantastic special rant that's been building up for a while.
Yes.
I've been talking to this guy for a while, and I think that you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hear this.
Let's do it.
Hey mates, it's James from Sydney here. You guys know Sydney. It's the most populous Australian city, the one with all the iconic landmarks and a reasonable fucking climate. Yeah, that James. So I'm finally calling in to have a rant. Only 2 months after I promised to do it, but you know.
Pause it there for a second.
Style of this podcast. It is Tuesday, and I saw the.
Did he say that he was 2 months late?
Yes.
I just wanted to get that on record. I just need some leverage right now.
You do. Let me just.
That seems to be the style of this podcast. It is Tuesday, and I saw the episode just got released. So good job, Kieran. Good work.
James, I love you.
Thank you.
Anyway, what makes me a rant is fucking Melbourne vernacular or Victorian vernacular. Last week at work, my co-worker says, "Hey, do you want to go to the barbecue and we'll get ourselves a sausage and bread?" And I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "You know, a sausage and bread." I said, "Do you mean a sausage sandwich?" She goes, "No." I said, do you mean a sanger, like a sausage sizzle?" She goes, No. It's a sausage and bread. I thought she'd had a fucking stroke. And I had to look it up. And it turns out that it actually is a milk. Like, you all say that. You call it a sausage and bread. What the fuck is going on down there? And the thing, like, what drives me even crazier is that I'm your only Sydney listener. So everyone else hearing this is thinking that I'm an idiot. And you're all getting around down there calling a sausage sandwich a sausage and bread. Like, there's a name for something when you put it in bread. It's called a sandwich. Like,
no,
do you
it's
go
sausage
to
and
the
bread.
baseball and get a Frankfurt in bun? No, it's a hot dog. Oh my god. Like, seriously, I'm so pissed off about this. It's not even slang. That's not slang. Like, you know, it's Australian slang when someone from another country doesn't understand what you're talking about, but when you say a sausage and bread, they know exactly what you mean, but you still sound like a fucking idiot. You sound like an alien trying to fit in amongst other humans. Anyway, that is my rant. Fucking Melbourneites. Keep up the shit work. See you next Thursday or Tuesday or whatever day you choose to release the podcast.
I feel like our listeners love the release date that we have.
Okay. Look, I'm going to say it. James, you're wrong. We call it a sausage and bread because it's not a sandwich. A sandwich needs 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah, sandwich does need two pieces of bread. And you don't have a sausage with 2 pieces of bread.
No.
You have a sausage with...
A bread. In
piece,
bread.
A slice of... Yeah.
That's right. So I think... Completely useless rant.
I'm going to back you up on that one, Turch.
This is... You know what?
I would expect someone from Sydney to probably be a little bit more intelligent with their rants.
I was going to say, this is not the greatest of... I'm very happy you sent one in.
I think he could send another one.
I think he's very good saying, like, you know, we don't call it, you know, we just call it a hot dog. We don't call it a hot dog and bun. But again, a bun is only one. There's no, like, you don't call it a sandwich. You don't call it like a hot dog sandwich. You call it a hot dog. But I think you're right. I think we're right here in saying it's called a sausage and bread because it's one slice of bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a sandwich which requires two slices of bread.
Yeah.
It's like, how far do you go? Do you call like a pizza a sandwich? No.
Well, if you got 2 slices of pizzas and put them on top of each other.
No, it's a calzone.
Oh, is that what a calzone is?
That's what a calzone is.
I've lived my life for 28 years. Not realising... I've seen that. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I'm not ordering that.
Yeah. God damn.
Now that I know that, I'm I'm going to order that.
Yeah, it's nice. You should have more vegetables in it than anything else. They don't really.
Are you shitting me? You want one slice of pizza, then you put another slice.
Well,
of
they
pizza.
usually like pack it in a bit more, so it's a bit more filling, like
Yeah.
almost like a pasty, I guess, but like an Italian version that's actually really.
But that's
delicious.
it's
really good.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.